Hi everybody, welcome to Active Self-Protection Extra here with the Apostle of Attorneys, Terry Johnson from Firearms Legal Protection. And today we are going to talk about a topic that blew my mind the other day, and that is why people will lie to their attorneys.
Now more than ever, you need trusted coverage to help you win the fight after the fight. The company I trust and recommend is Firearms Legal Protection. They offer discounts on all their plans at the link in the description. I recommend the premium plan.
So Terry, I was talking to James Reeves from the Firearm Blog and TFB TV, who is an attorney, right? Dude takes a lot of calls like you do.
Yep.
And I said, what are the top 3 mistakes that people make? And his number 2 mistake is people lie to their attorney.
Daily.
Okay, time out. Why on God's green earth would you lie to your attorney?
Why? Because they're stupid. Let's just call it what it is. You know, listen, I had a guy one time, he was in on a murder charge, and we're in trial, and the night before he was going to go on the stand, because he had told me this story, I stuck with the story, and night before he's ready to go on the stand, I realized he's lying to me.
Wow.
I went to the jail and they almost arrested me that night. I was so angry. And I wasted
Committing assault on your client.
Yeah, oh yeah. I wasted all this time, and you know, and I said, if I'm stupid enough to figure this out, what makes you think the prosecution won't?
Right.
So,
let alone the jury.
Yeah, but it's one of those things that sometimes people hold on to this lie for so long, they actually believe it. And they don't want to disappoint the attorney. They want a story that they believe is true, or more importantly, that someone else will buy. And if I, as the attorney, buy your story, then hey, it's easier for me as the attorney to sell it to the jury. And quite honestly, it doesn't work that way.
So I think that's part of it. To me, that my first thought was that somebody goes, well, wait a minute, if I tell him what really happens, then he won't defend me.
You know, listen, I've defended people that have shot people, people that have sold drugs. I've defended, and again, it's just part of the job, you know, I have defended people that have done things to kids, you know, physically, emotionally, sexually, okay? I can't defend you unless I know everything that you know. If I don't know everything that you know, then there's a problem.
So I think another concern that a lot of people have was, well, if I tell him, then he has to disclose that. And anything I tell my attorney is going to end up in the public domain.
No, whatever you tell me stays with me, okay? Because one, I'm not going to lose my license. I'm not going to...
So I don't think most people understand attorney-client privilege.
Oh, well, listen, you tell me, bottom line, that you've killed somebody, and I've dealt with this before in many cases. The ones I've been more successful in and had to not work as hard, have been the ones where people have told me the truth. Now, there are certain things I'm not going to let you tell me. I'm not going to let you tell me that you're about to go out and commit a crime.
Because, of course,
that's furtherance of a crime.
You're in the furtherance of a crime, and you're
Yes.
a mandated reporter in terms of imminent danger to somebody else or imminent danger to self.
Correct.
So if you go, I'm going to go home and murder my wife and then die by suicide, now you got to make a phone call.
Yeah.
But if you said, no, I killed my wife and buried her in the backyard.
Right.
Now you go, okay, well, I can't say anything to anybody about that.
Exactly. So the line that I like to draw there is, it's not what you're about to do. What you're about to do could potentially put you in harm's way. What you've done, I can't tell anybody.
Right.
And that's what people don't understand. And then other times they look at the relationship that you may have with the judges or the prosecutors, and what they don't understand is, it's like, think of the pros, right? And here's one my son will love. Think if Michael Jordan and LeBron James were playing, right?
Just so you know, Spencer, Jordan is the GOAT.
But if those two were to play and you've got a referee there, they on the court are going to go at one another. But what do they do after?
Go have dinner.
Go have a dinner, go have drinks, go do whatever they do. And that's the relationship there. But there are things that cannot and will not be disclosed. I mean, I know so many things right now. You know, people say you should write a book. Well, problem is I can't.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think people lie because they're worried that their attorney won't like them.
They won't like them. They have sold themselves at times a story over and over and over again. You know, it's like the old thing, you know, I know I'm about to go do something, so I'm going to go look in the mirror and practice my alibi, right? People actually do that, right?
Jeez.
And they practice and practice, they start to believe their own crap after a while. And that's where the problem begins.
So guys, hear me, okay? When we start talking about who do you say what to, of course, we've talked about this many times. Say as little as you can to responding officers. Say as little as you can. You know, hey, I want to speak to my attorney. I would like counsel. I demand, I invoke my Fifth Amendment right, and I demand to speak to counsel. And then once you are alone, now your attorney will probably tell you to shut up when they come and see you. I don't want to talk to you right now. Then once you get in an enclosed environment that's nobody's recording or anything like that, tell me everything.
It's crazy because I've had clients say to me, do you believe me, do you believe me, do you believe me? And the response is, it's not what I believe, it's what I can convince a jury of. And I can't send a jury down this path not knowing that at the end of that path is a pot of gold that's going to put you behind bars.
Right. So tell the truth to your attorney, all of it. Let everything out there. They're the safe person. Again, other than I'm gonna go home and kill my wife, or I shot that guy, but I didn't kill him, and as soon as I get out of here, I'm gonna go finish the deed.
Right.
And obviously, I'm addressing you as good, sane, sober, moral, prudent people, right? We're not talking about scumbags here. We're talking about good, sane, sober, moral, prudent people. So if you did something wrong, if you made a mistake, if you screwed it up, you're like, yo, man, I was rolling dirty, but I don't want to tell my attorney I was rolling dirty. Tell your attorney, no, man, I was carrying a gun.
Right.
Absolutely. I don't have a CCW permit, and I was doing that wrong because I was worried, and I'm awful glad I did.
There's nothing that you can tell an attorney, a seasoned attorney, let me rephrase this, a seasoned criminal defense attorney, that he or she has never heard before.
Ooh.
There's
Yeah.
nothing.
Yeah. You know what's funny? That's a lot like my life as a pastor. You know what I mean? People are like,
Right.
they lie to their pastor, their clergy, and the clergy confidentiality is probably the highest form of confidentiality in the world. Very similar to attorney-client privilege. And I go, look, you can't tell me anything I haven't heard before.
Right.
Somebody comes and they say something, oh, pastor, you're never gonna see this thing, but I did this thing, and I'm like, okay, like, was that supposed to shock me? Like, I've heard that before.
Yeah.
Heard way worse than that. Come on, man.
Right. Yeah.
So,
because what's shocking to you is not shocking to your attorney. 'Cause
Right.
they know what they're doing.
So, remember, have a good one. And in the defensive training world, Firearms Legal Protection is who I trust. And why? Because you're going to get an attorney on the line. And that phone call, when you make that phone call, this is attorney so-and-so, sometimes attorney Terry Johnson,
Sometimes.
on that call, and other times not. But then, again, an attorney picks the phone up. So now we have attorney-client privilege. Hey, I need some help in this place right now, and come and help me. And once you get that place with your attorney, they're the one to tell everything. Terry, appreciate the knowledge, man.
Thank you.